Hello and welcome along to Aston Villa from the stands. I hope you're well. Make sure you smash the like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and get involved in the comments. Whether it's on replay or live, both sets of comments are always much appreciated. And I love hearing from you viewers. Pre-season has officially started. The boys are back in town. Villa have rocked up in their nice gear, ready to start another big campaign. 25-26 season is officially starting. And we've got a lot to discuss. We've got a lot to look at. But the big transfer rumour of today is none other than Ademola Lookman. His name has popped up. And of course, again, let me put this on record. This is a rumour. This is some interest. It's not solid. However, this is a player that excites me. This is a top winger. And maybe even, dare I say, this is a player who needs a little bit of a reunion with the Premier League, let's say. Because all people remember him for is that stupid Panenka he did for Fulham, I think against West Ham, at a crucial time in Fulham's season, which basically got him relegated. He's then gone to Atalanta, boomed it, absolutely boomed it in Serie A and, of course, in Europe. This one gets me excited, and this is a player I think Unai Emery can absolutely get the best out of. So people, big up to each and every single one of you. As I said, run up those likes. I'll put a little poll in. I mean, if you haven't even liked the stream yet for my poll, I said like the video. If it's Ada, look the other way, man, because you're not interested in him. Or big up Ademola Lookman, he's a baller. So here's the report and story. Now, the biggest thing I want to say about this is the fee straight away puts me off with Ademola Lookman. The fee is something that I think Villa would need to look at. But we always talk about maybe it's not just the fees these days, is it? It's actually about the wages and what this guy's on. So I will do a little bit of showing as well on what wages Lookman's on, what that would mean for us, and how we can look at it. Now, this source is used quite a lot on the show, and big up to everyone in the chat as well. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you get your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions in on this one. But here it is. Aston Villa are interested in signing Ademola Lookman from Atalanta, but the Italian side are looking for between 45 to 60 million euros. And this is, of course, from Fixtures Net, who, again, we have used before as a source. Sometimes drops a banger, sometimes doesn't. But again, it's the interest. That's what I said at the very start of this video. Aston Villa are interested in signing Lookman. Doesn't mean we are going for him, doesn't mean it's a substantial one. But again, it's more or less the sort of thing which I quite like the look of. I like the look of this one. But big up to everyone in the chat. LA is saying, are we only going for Lookman if Watkins does go? Now, Lookman is someone who predominantly likes to play on either flank, left or right. But I think he has done a few jobs for Atalanta as well as a false nine in situations. But he predominantly wants to play out wide, and that is exactly where we need to be looking at Ademola Lookman in those wide positions, in those wide areas, and running it up there. So again, people, let me know your thoughts, your feelings, or emotions on this. I'm going to get some more information up about him. Essentially, I'm going to get up his wages. I'm going to get up his stats as well, and your thoughts of whether you think Ademola Lookman would be a good acquisition for Aston Villa. Now, when we talk about these players, as I said, the first thing I always go for is what's his wages? What is his wages? Now, we used this yesterday for Semir Koloski, the Besiktas striker, the young lad who was on, as we found out, only about 7K a week, which is absolutely peanuts in the modern day footballing world. But here we go. This is actually what the reports are on Ademola Lookman's wages. And this is one to take note of, indeed. Here we go. It says Ademola Lookman currently earns a weekly wage of 41 grand at Atalanta, which translates to 2 million a year. Now, listen, it says here there have been reports of a proposed contract extension that is increasing salary to 70 grand per week. I mean, there's a big jump up from to basically 40k to 70k. But even if you throw both those numbers into Aston Villa's wage bill, that is how you cut wages. You get rid of a high earner, a high baller, 140k a week player, 120k a week player. You bring Lookman in on 70k a week, and it's a different game. It's a different energy. It's a different story. So I want to know your thoughts on this one, chat. Ademola Lookman 41,000 a week currently. But even if he was looking at a contract extension, even if he was looking at the sort of numbers or figures and where he is negotiating, Villa could stump up 70, 80k a week for this guy, no problem. So if we could get Ademola Lookman in on 70k a week and stump up a transfer fee of 40 mil, I think we've got an absolute bargain there. Yesterday, we were talking about the fact that actually you could go cheap and pay 15 million euros for a Vlahovic. And then from there, you go and you take the Vlahovic deal, but you've got to go pay 350k a week for him. Doesn't work for Aston Villa. The whole focus, the whole objective is Aston Villa need to sign players who are on cheap wages, who are basically under 100k a week, with whatever the transfer fee comes. So, yeah, people are saying Lookman. I want to know what you're saying. I mean, that's not bad if you perform, says 1874. LA says be a good window if we get Lookman plus a defender. We need that defender, and Yann Bisseck will talk on a little bit again tonight, but we need Yann Bisseck for me. We need that wide winger, maybe another backup 9, and then somebody can play centre back as well. And I think that is where the big gaps are. Definitely not in central midfield, definitely not at left back. And if we keep Emi Martinez, then we'll sort it in goalkeeper position as well. But yeah, 8 says, so I take him in a heartbeat, big up the Lookman. Exactly. And Michael said, I wouldn't say no to, of course, Lookman. So let's have a look a bit deeper into Ademola Lookman. As I said, the first thing that caught my eye with Ademola Lookman is the fact his wages is only on 40k a week. I say that again without, blowing up footballers saying he's only on 40k a week. Comes to Villa on 70k, it's a different story. Now, let's have a look at his career, not only just in Italy, but in England as well, because that is the big one. Have a look at this. Have a look at this. This is what Ademola Lookman has done in Italy and Serie A. Again, consistency of games. This guy stays fit. 31 matches. He's 27 years old, by the way, but he's played 31 matches 3 seasons in a row. He's a wide forward, remember this, who plays for Atalanta, not even one of the top Serie A teams. 15 goals, 5 assists. So 20 GA right there. Cooking. Would be better than any Villa winger. 11 goals, 7 assists. 18 GA. So 20 GA, 18 GA, 19 GA. This guy's lowest GA in 3 seasons in Serie A is 18. Why are more clubs not looking at him? I have absolutely no idea. In the Champions League, 7 matches, 5 goals. Guys, the numbers do not lie. This guy is an absolute baller for a wide player. Nigerian international, absolutely cooking, absolutely what Villa need. And Lookman is the guy for me. I've now landed on this is the wide player Villa need. Just for goal contributions, for consistency, for his injury record, this is the guy. 31 games, and his lowest GA is 18. My gosh. Thoughts, feelings, emotions on that. And I'm going to go into that in a second, because I'm going to show you what he did at Leicester City and at Fulham as well. But yeah, people, like up the stream if you haven't done so already. Big up to you. I think he won the Europa League 2. He did indeed, so he knows that competition inside out. Yeah, you can show up in a big game as well. Got a hat-trick in the final. You guys know it. You guys know we need that type of baller. That's not bad for a wide player. Josh, it convinced me even more, honestly. I've convinced myself. And let's be real here. This guy's wages will be under 100k a week. That's already got my ears pricking up. Under 100k a week. Straight up. Good business. Big up to Kevin. Good to see you on the live. How are you, Kev? Says Lookman is a decent player. And the voice of reason, Kevin and Michael are together again to calm me down. Pretty consistent contribution as well. Not too shabby. How old is he? So 27. He's 27, Lookman. Great age for a wide player as well, isn't he? 27 years old. And big up to Vamos VJ, top moderator, like, share, and subscribe, of course. All that good stuff, people. Okay, let's get into then a little bit more about Lookman. As I said, I want to show you now what this guy is doing in the Premier League. Leicester City. So he actually played for Leicester City in the 21-22 season. Now, I can't remember. It was their Europa League year. So they didn't do too well in the Prem that season. They had a bit of a weird Premier League season. I think they finished like mid-table mediocrity because they played in the Europa League that year, as you can see. But in the Premier League for Leicester City in the 21-22 season, 26 games, 6 goals. Not bad for Ademola in a dusty Leicester side who basically couldn't compete in Europe. So I rate that. I rate that highly. And yeah, not bad. Although it wasn't just Leicester. In fact, was that the year Leicester got relegated? No, I don't think it was. He's also played for Fulham. Again, look at his games played. 34 matches. This guy stays fit. At 27 years old, this guy stays fit. 4 goals, 4 assists for Fulham side. And he's actually had 3 spells at Everton, for 3 spells in the Premier League. He's also been at Everton, where it really didn't happen for him. At the end of the day, when you look at Ademola Lookman, he's hit form at the right time, when he's matured and playing his Atalanta side. Now, you could argue and say his Premier League stats are absolutely dusty. His Premier League stats are poor. He never did it in the Premier League for Leicester, Fulham, or Everton. But I don't care. I'm seeing a player who's matured with age. From the age of 24, 25, 26, 27, his numbers have delivered. I'll repeat this again. For Atalanta, who is not a top Serie A side, yes, they did win the Europa League under Gasparini. But ultimately, he's had a season of 18 GA, 19 GA, and 20 GA. This guy has got it all. And what are Aston Villa lacking? They're looking goals. They're looking goals. Lacking, Lookman goals. You know it. You know it. We're lacking goals in wide areas. We're lacking goals in those contributions. 70K a week we could get this guy on. People, if I haven't convinced you, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'll convince myself. This is the one. Ademola Lookman is the one for me. And I think Villa have to go with this strategy now going forwards. I think Villa need to lump up big money on transfers, but find players on cheaper wages. I think we need to get the checkbook out. I think we need to pay those bigger sums, but keep players on those lower wages. Ademola Lookman ticks that bill. So let's see what he's saying. Ross is saying, good player, Lookman. I agree. Brainy Bryan is saying he's too old. Our team is too old. Well, at 27, that's what I mean. People are like putting different perspective on football and ages these days. 27 years old, I think it's a good age, isn't it? A prime age for a winger. The poll was Slit Josh. Big up that. I thought, thank you. I got to do more of them like that. But yeah, Michael was saying, yeah, from what I know and what I'm seeing in his wages, I'll be happy with him coming. Looked a world beat this season. He won the Europa League. This guy's got everything. Is Lookman fast? I think he's got to turn a pace. So yeah, you know what, guys? And Football Frenzy is saying, Lookman's come to Atletico, mate. Big up Football Frenzy, Atletico. See, that's what I mean. This guy's no mug. Like, he's going to be looked at in Europe and regarded quite highly in Europe because of what he's done for Atalanta for 3 seasons in a row. People always question that. If you've been a little bit of a Premier League flop, which I wouldn't say he's been a Premier League flop, Ademola Lookman, but he hasn't exactly taken the Premier League by storm. If you then go to Europe and you go and have one good season, people go, oh, can you do it again? Then you do it again. What's 2 seasons? 3 seasons in a row. Everyone knows this guy's the real deal. Watch how people are going to watch Jude Bellingham this season. Jude Bellingham, Real Madrid, unbelievable goal scoring season in his first time. Then people watch his second and third season. That's when you start judging. Oh, this guy can do it abroad. Jadon Sancho had to do it week in, week out at Borussia Dortmund for a few seasons in a row. We've got this real thing about if English players or players who've played in the Premier League go abroad, we sort of look at, can they consistently do it a couple of seasons in a row? So I have to see. We'll have to see on that one. Kevin says, funny, isn't it? Let the so-called big clubs buy all the forwards, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, etc., and we snap up a bargain striker. Would be good, especially if we get it, that suits our wage bill and suits our budget, then absolutely. I love Julian Alvarez. What a player he is. Players I'd love to see us sign, although it's unrealistic, is Adeyemi from Dortmund. He'd be perfect for us. I'll be real with you. I'm not the biggest fan of Adeyemi. I think he's a bit of a pace merchant. And we've already signed one Dortmund lad who's been sitting on the bench, aka Donyell Marlin. We don't want to warm our bench with that. Bongo Bongo is in the house. He said Grealish will return. I know inside sources. You're confident on this Grealish one. You've been going on about it for a while, aren't you, Bongo? I think Saudi, Napoli, or Villa are my three guesses for Grealish. Napoli will be my higher estimate on that. But Antonio Conte, if it doesn't suit, won't go for him. Anyone for Alanga? 55 mil on Anthony Alanga. I don't know what wages Alanga's going for as well. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what wages Alanga will be on at Newcastle. Harvey22, big up to you, says no way Villa get Lookman, no chance. What are you putting it down to? You think because we'll get outdone by Champions League opposition? Because again, I think this guy is definitely worthy of Champions League football, 100%. But I'd love him to come to the Villa. I really would. But yeah, big up each and every single one of you. Make sure you answer the poll and then follow up that poll with, of course, a like. Let's have a quick look on the news of Lookman. Let's see there. Because Nico went. I wonder if Barca could go with him. I wonder if Barca could go for a shock Lookman after losing that, but they do want Luis Diaz. He's been linked to a few clubs, but nothing major. There's no big links here on Lookman on mainstream media. It doesn't mean that the other social media doesn't lie, but there we go. Right, before I go into the Villa fixture changes and the new kit, not the new kit, the training pictures. A few more transfer rumours to let you guys know and in about. Let's see what happens on this as well. But also, do you not think it's crazy, guys, that Osimhen is going to stay at Galatasaray? There's something weird going on in that Turkish league. Leroy Sané, John Duran, Osimhen. What is going on in Turkey? Right. Here we go. This is the story. Two stories I wanted to show you. We know about Vlahovic. Talked about it yesterday. It's this one still. This is my guy. This is my defender. Again, anyone who was able to tune in the big up yesterday, we watched a few highlights of him. So as I said, what we're going to try and do is some of the players that we're linked to, Big Up doesn't have copyright issues, so I can actually show you clips and highlight reels of these players. So for example, I could go on Big Up and show you clips like Ademola Lookman, and you can decide if you like him. Big Up did say there was an issue with my default settings on how to show the screen, so they're going to fix that so I can have it a lot bigger next time so you guys can see it. But yeah, what have we got? You support Galatasaray? You support Galatasaray? Wow, what is going on in Turkey? Why all the big guys come to Galatasaray and Fenerbahce? Some big names. Aston Villa, interesting. Inter Milan defender Yann Bisseck. We talked about this the other day. He's been on the list of Unai Emery, and for a long time, Villa would be ready to go all in for the defender who's valued at 35 million. Again, Yann Bisseck for me is again an absolute must-have from Gazzetta Italia. I want him. Inter Milan don't want him anymore, but if Dumfries goes, it could change everything. This guy's an absolute beast, an absolute specimen. He really does. He really does absolutely smash it. But let's see if I can get the wages quickly for you all, because that's again very important to us. Here we go. This is interesting. The AI thing not as accurate on this one, but have a look at this on Yann Bisseck's wages. Have a look at this one, Yann Bisseck. No, he's a right-sided defender, can play right back or centre back, but this guy also can get forward and do bits. This guy's actually a beast. Right, it says here, take it as you leave it. It's not put it per week, which is annoying. Yann Bisseck's wages at Inter Milan are reportedly doubling from 750,000 a season to 1.5 million. Well, I think that's still under 70k, actually, plus potential add-ons. If anyone who's a maths genius here, 1.5 million a season is still roughly under 70k a week, isn't it? So it says this new deal will tie him to the club until 2029. His previous salary was one of the lowest in the squads, making him one of the club's lowest earners. Chat. again, the reports are that Unai Emery's been eyeing this guy for a while. If we go to our theory and what we're trying to do, we are trying to sign players on low salaries who have got a lot of potential. This guy fits the bill again. If it's 30k, 40k a week, and we want to offer him a little bit more, we can, because our wage bill. And then furthermore, we pay the transfer fee. So pay the big transfer fee, but keep the cheap wages. So we absolutely are recruiting these type of players. And that's why a Yann Bisseck looks more reliable than a Loic Bade. Now, again, we're going off Google AI. We don't know how accurate these wages are. We don't know what the accuracy of these reports are. But the fact is, he is one of Inter Milan's lowest earners. Give me him that, right? Yann Bisseck and Ademola Lookman, I'm throwing everything at them. I'm throwing everything. I am throwing everything at Yann Bisseck and Ademola Lookman right now. Tell me I'm wrong in this, chat. Cheap wages, not bad fees. Give me Ademola. Give me Yann Bisseck. Villa are cooking in two positions they need strengthening in. Let's give Zeppelino Redmond a bloody run in the first team as a backup striker sitting on the bench watching Ollie. And let's just keep Emi Martinez at the club. Transfer window sorted. And you know I've been very moany about our transfers. I actually could go to sleep quite well if we sign only Yann Bisseck and Ademola Lookman. They're the two signs that come in. I can rest easy on that and go, do you know what? I'm all right with that. Because we've got to believe that the squad building that we're doing is good enough. We have had a very strong squad. We have got good depth in areas. Yann Bisseck and Lookman are quality players in key positions. Right back and right centre-back and a winger. So I've lost the notion of we need 4 or 5 new players. No, let's get 2, maybe push a third, quality acquisitions. And then my third would be a backup number 9. If Zeppelino Redmond isn't quite the right idea, let's get a backup number 9. Do you know a really rogue one, but probably won't take, and people probably slaughter me for this. And I think his wages would be disgusting as well, so it probably won't. Callum Wilson's just been released from Newcastle. Hear me out before you shout at me. Free agent, keep him under 100k a week and tell him he's going to be on number 2 striker for a season or 2. Just nothing big, but a season or 2. Callum Wilson, this guy knows the back of the net. Of course, he's not going to play over Alexander Isak. I'm all for that. So yeah, that ironically 85 was the first thing that I said about him. That's the only thing people remember him about his time in the Premier League. Have a look at his last 3 seasons at Atalanta. 18 GA, 19 GA, 20 GA. 31, 32 games played, hardly gets injured. This guy has done the business for 3 seasons in a row at Atalanta and won the Europa League. No, Josh, Wilson is a big fat no, even on a free. Even on a free. I just think, guys, why just keep Ollie as the number 1 and have a Premier League proven backup number 2 who is happy to sit on the bench for a season? £0. Keep him under 100k. I'm all right with it. I'm keeping Ollie Watkins. I'm not Lucky since they'll sell Watkins straight away. I'm banging the drum. Don't sell Ollie Watkins is my theory, my thoughts, my emotions. I'll say that all. But I honestly believe that Villa have got to do some smart business here. 3 quality players in on cheap wages with a not bad transfer fee. The Lookman transfer fee, by the way, was around 40 to 60 million. I think we're going to have to pay. Here's my prediction. I think we're going to have to outlay around 100 million for 3 players. I think that's the way we're looking at. 30 million seems the average price of a player these days. You go and look at these players abroad. Oh, how much are they? 30 mil. What's their release clause? 30 mil. That's all I ever hear. 30 mil, 30 mil, 30 mil. I honestly think 100 million dropped on 3 players on cheap wages. We're doing the business there. Kevin, might as well send Darren Anderton. Listen, I didn't think the Callum Wilson shout would go down, but at least I didn't say Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but they're just as bad. I just don't know. I just think that I don't want the backup number 9 to be a gamble, and here's why. Here's why. Touch wood, it didn't happen. Say Ollie Watkins gets a horrendous injury, and we end up having Watkins out for, let's say, 3 months. If you've got a young buck number 9 on the bench, let's go Zepaquino Redmond. Is he really going to be able to lead the line for Aston Villa? Is he really going to be able to do that? Is that where we're going? Or you have your number 2 backup bench warmer, keeps the seats clean and warm for you every game. You know, he gets splint in his bum every week. He's got to go to the physio because he's got to get his splinters out because he's sitting on the bench every week. But he knows his time might have to come, and he knows where the back of the net is, and he's played in the Premier League a lot. I'm absolutely all over it, in my opinion. It's a position, chat, for me, that when we do sell Ollie Watkins, that's when we go big on the 9. That's when we go big on the outlay of a number 9. But if Ollie Watkins is staying, then let's just know that this guy's going to be our main number 9, and we don't need to mess around here. Let's just get the backup in. He's happy to be a backup. Douglas Louise come up again in the chat. He's always getting mentioned these days. Man United transfers. Man United remain keen on Ollie Watkins. Yeah, Man United could remain keen. Man United are just basically trying to bully Villa into trying to sell someone, and we're not having it. We're absolutely not having it. At the end of the day, Ollie Watkins to Man United, again, to me, makes about as much sense as Arsenal thinking they could win the Premier League. I don't even care if Arsenal sign Gyökeres. They're still not winning the Premier League. Because, honestly, you just don't do it, Ollie. Big up Rob P. Hope you're well. Lookman would be amazing. Absolutely would. Absolutely would. My main point is, before we look at some of the pre-season stuff, Aston Villa can get Lookman and Yann Bisseck both on the wage bill at 70k a week. Could go even cheaper. We could go even cheaper. Stop. I feel my charger's in my rucksack in there. Can you grab it? Sorry, I forgot my charger. It's just in the front room. Idiot. I always forget my charger. The one piece of equipment you actually need. Thank you so much. I'm such an idiot. Such an idiot. But yeah, so just put my charger in, guys. Always, you know when you get that scare on your laptop where it flashes up and goes low battery needed. I don't really look at my battery until that happens. But there we go. Absolute idiot. Let's plug it in. Cheers, Freddy Bear. But yeah, where was I? I forgot where I was. I think I was talking about... No, I've lost my train of thought. Oh, cheap wages. Yeah, all about cheap wages. Yann Bisseck, Lookman, under 70k a week. Yeah, we have to pay a bit of a transfer fee, but it's made me realise the talk yesterday of Vlahovic being on 350k a week, and even if we asked him to halve it, he's still on 150 or whatever. It's just like, bro, as Star would say, bruh, what are we doing here? That's when you know that's when you know you've got a 13-year-old daughter who thinks she's gangster and says bruh, bro all the time. It's coming into my vocabulary. Do you know what I mean? Those sort of words. If you've got kids and they're saying those sort of things, you know, you end up saying those sort of words, don't you? It's crazy. Bussing's another word that's coming out. That food's bussing. Damn it. Do you know what I mean? Shame on me. Shame on me for saying bruh. But yeah, get the double pat. Boniface. Oh, Boniface is the one. Rob P wants a bit of the double pat. I agree on that. Thing is about Villa, we only started on deadline week, it feels like. Don't. We always leave things last minute. But there we go. Leverkusen are a bit of a weird predicament, aren't they? Because obviously Xabi Alonso left them to go to Real Madrid. Can't remember who they replaced as his replacement or used as his replacement, but ultimately, Leverkusen had their one amazing season. Then they bought the Europa League final. In fact, wasn't that the one Atalanta and Lookman cooked Leverkusen in, by the way? I think it was. But yeah, we've got to be looking at that. Big up to British Mitt. I love to see Garcia's stake of claim. He's always impressed me. Also looking forward to what Malin does. Also, Watkins going nowhere. Agree on the Watkins shout. Again, I'm very happy to say I've got my reservations on Malin, and let's see what Garcia does in pre-season. But if you want the best right back out there, it's Yann Bisseck. I'm telling you, I'm all over that. Josh, knowing that Villa women are going for foreign players now, they bought two, now they're cooking, big up them. Josh got Vuka out there from Doyle, exactly that. Imagine asking Vlahovic to come play Europa and take it to it. Yeah, the guy would be fuming. Oh, it's Ten Hag manager now at Leverkusen. Damn, Ten Hag. I didn't realise. Fair play, could be an interesting one. Yeah, don't get this bro and so on in your speech. Honestly, Rugby, I'm very conscious, but every now and then you can slip a word in and you go, oh no, what's happened there? Yeah, kids are always like, even to Heidi, they're like, bro, mate. It's like, damn diddly damn. Damn diddly damn is all I can say on that one. Okay, let's have a look then. Villa, Villa out of the blue did something crazy today, because why not? They announced some more preseason fixtures. So our preseason schedule, I was like, right, I've got this. I've been writing it down in my diary. I've been sort of there going, do you know what? Let's have a look. Villa just want to throw another curveball. They've added more in. So I don't know who that is, whether it's poor planning, but I also see it as a little bit of a scouting mission as well, potentially. Hear me out on this one. Hear me out. You see in the fives, we're going to have a look at that in a minute. There we go. My 10-year-old calls me bruh, but he says it like a surfer dude rather than Chad, so I let him get away with it. Boys, I'm more like, bruh. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Try using Cuzzy, bro. Honestly, it all. Do you know what I mean? They're in there already. See, see, it's terrible. Right, back to the real talk, which is Villa. None of this jargon lingo that Americans. Oh, jeez. Cheers, Richard. Right, Villa. Say this: Aston Villa have added friendlies against French club Olympique de Marseille and Spanish side Villarreal to the preseason schedule. Okay. Marseille and Villarreal. I wonder which manager used to manage Villarreal. Oh, wait, Unai Emery. Oh, wait, are we trying to nick some Villarreal players? And, of course, are we trying to maybe steal some Marseille players? Why has this just come about? Is this a scouting mission? What are we saying, people? Well, I then thought, what are the dates of these? How are these fitting into our already busy schedule? I've got to share a different screen now because Villa do that with the pop-ups. Here we go. Oh, there's how many bloody things I have. There's Unai. Villa announced Marseille and Villarreal friendlies. Go on, the Villa. Go on, the Villa. Aston Villa have added friendlies against Marseille and Villarreal. Unai Emery's men will play the League One outfit on Saturday, the 9th of August. And so that's a 7 o'clock kickoff. And then we're going to take on Villarreal the next day on Sunday, August the 10th. How on earth are we playing back-to-back friendlies? So one game in Marseille, and then on Sunday, we're playing Villarreal. People, what a weekend that's going to be. Double weekend of Villa content on the watch-ons. I didn't realise that. Now, there's going to be some fans out there who are going to Marseille and Villarreal in one day to watch both of the Villa, which would be absolutely nuts. But yeah, Saturday, August 9th, Sunday, August the 10th. Marseille, Villarreal. That's a proper pre-season, that is. So I think our last one was the Roma game. I haven't got my diary in front of me, but let me just quickly have a look. Because I said to Starry that we were going to potentially try and go to that one. Yeah. Where is the schedule? Don't tell me they've taken that one out. Yeah, so they haven't put it on Google yet, but basically, this is the thing when you've got to keep sharing tabs, you've got to swap it. Here you go, Aston Villa games. So we now play. We've got a busy pre-season. Unai Emery's running the boys into the ground. Yeah, I know what LA's saying. These fixtures screaming injury happening. It is all a bit crazy, isn't it? Right. So we go to America. We play 3 games in America: Eintracht, St. Louis, and Nashville. We fly back from Nashville. We have AS Roma on the 6th of August at home. Hear me out here. So there's a lot of traveling going on. We're doing America for 2 weeks. We fly back and then we play in Birmingham against Roma. And then 3 days later, we're in France. And 24 hours later, we're in Spain. Smokes. My only thoughts and suggestions are this. The Marseille and the Villarreal game is split squads. One camp will stay in France. One camp will stay in Spain. But it's Villa. And I actually can't see that sometimes. I could see us actually taking just the same squad, but rotating. But it's the travelling. So there's a lot of travelling there with the Villa boys. If you think about that, America, and when they're playing in America, I'm pretty sure they're travelling state to state. Then coming back to England, and then flying out again. A lot of travelling. However, our first Premier League game against Newcastle isn't until the weekend after. So there is that week to come back, prepare. But Unai's got something cooking, hasn't he? He's got a new system he needs to try out. Well, that's what he's saying. He's saying, I've got a new formation. I've had a look at the fixtures. I need a couple more before we play Newcastle. That's how I see it as. That's how I see it as. But big up each and every single one of you. All absolute legends in the clan. And thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate your time, your energy, your company. And thank you so much. Make sure you have smashed the like. We should be on probably 30 likes by now. Lookman and Garnacho, you're a big fan of that. Big up to Farming as well. And Kevin thinks there'll be rotation. You'd like to think so. 87.4 said, Josh, I'll be there for the Nashville preseason game. I can't wait. I hope there's a decent fan base for Villa. And I'll get close to Unai. I hope I can get some merch too. Yes, 1874, you'll get some merch. So looking forward to hearing your experience on that. You definitely have to let us know how that goes for you. Rightio. Last couple of things before we wrap this one up. Have a look them. The boys are back, as we said. And when the boys are back, we get some good training pics. We get to see what's going on. Well, here we go. Bodymore, look at them checking in. So this is them before they're out on the pitch. If, again, you don't get to see these social media content things, then big up to each and every single one of you. But some of you may have seen this, these pictures. But first of all, we got King Tyrone Mings walking in his club, going up the tie. He's got his fancy bag. That's like Heidi's handbag, to be fair. These footballers got handbags like Heidi does. There's JJ. Fresh trim, ready to rock around. Got his Adidas coat on as well. Up the sponsors. And Ross Bartley, this man's probably ready for a big preseason, This man's ready for a big preseason, I swear. This guy's got to lock in. And then we got Mr. I Won't Sign the Ting. Boubacar Kamara. Sign it. Just sign it. Someone's got to get in his ear. Sign the ting. Sign the ting, Boubacar. A nice little bag there. He hasn't got a handbag like Heidi and Tyrone. He's got a different type of bag there. Garcia. He's got just some average. Well, I say average, just love obsessed. Clobber. And then there's Bogart going in the grey Adidas trackie. I do find it funny how what the players bring. Some of them bring like suitcases to training. He's just got a little wash bag. I guess they all get towels on that, don't they? He's got a shoes. So I do wonder, the players who come in with like the big handbags and that, what have they got in there? What have they actually got in their like big bags? Because some of them travel very light. Okay, and then we were blessed.
Welcome back. Ross. All right, Joe. Good summer.
Very good.
Drink up, cheers.
Wow,
Garcia, no
welcome back.
Lamar.
Welcome back, good summer.
Controversial. Garcia, the only one not to do a fist pump there. Can't look at that. What's going on, Garcia? Get the fist pump in, man. Get the fist pump in. New training tops. Is that the new clobber, is it? I wonder if we can. Here we go. New training tops. So Jacob Ramsey's doing some modelling. What do we think of the old new training top then? What do we think of this training top? Would you cop it? Would you cop it? Garcia's full focus, just how we like it. What do you reckon of that training top? W or L? Let me know in the chat right now. Is that a W or is that an L? I think that's a massive W, that training top. I really like that training top. I'm not going to lie. That's a big W from me. That's a big, big W from me. Let me know in the chat. Is that a W or L, that training top? It's a big season. Oh, Michael's put an L. Captain's put a W. Yeah, W or L for that training top, people. W or L. Christ, Alanga's signed a 5-year deal at Newcastle. 5-year. LA's going L on that training top. Damn. Damn diddly damn. Remember, not all Aston Villa players have checked in. Those who played for international duty in the qualifiers don't have to come back. Those who didn't play for international teams, then they have to be there. Right, here's some more. PS Sports says Garcia knows he's got another season. Garcia's not getting a bit of the camera. Mr. Arsenal says disgusting top gosh. Nah, come on. I think it's a massive dub. All right, not even a small W. That's a massive dub. But yeah, what do you think of this? Garcia, cameraman, focused on him. He looks pissed off, really, doesn't he? He's done a lot of interviews. But yeah, I love that top. Who else we got? We got Lamar. We got Boubacar. So again, a lot of the boys are missing. Your Ollies, your Morgans, your Yuris, your Lucas, your Ian Matsons. They're all on their holidays still because these boys have had their time off. And there's Ross. Currently, Ross Barkley, by the way, I don't know if anyone has heard of this. Apparently, Ross Barkley is one of the fittest players in the pro circuit with James Milner. Apparently, him and Milner are two of the fittest players endurance-wise. And there. I don't know how true that is. I did read something about it today. Apparently, Ross Barkley is an absolute machine. Shame he gets injured a lot, but apparently his cardio is out of this world. James Milner won the yo-yo test every season at every club he's at. Yo-yo test, if you don't know what it is a massive endurance. It's better. It's harder than the bleep test. Those of you know the bleep test will know. Yeah, it's the yo-yo test is harder. Apparently, Ross Barkley's an absolute unit. And you can see him there, full focus. Ross ahead of Boubacar, ahead of Mings. Looks like he's coasting. Whether they've done a big run or not, you don't know. But there's something about Barkley. And also, can I give you a little clue about something, chat? Shall I give you a little clue about how you know there's not been many balls out in pre-season today? Because they've all got trainers on. Look at that. Barkley has got his trainers on. There's no boots there. There's no boots. It's all trainers. And when you are being told to don't bring your boots, the message would be on the group chat probably for them. Who knows? Don't bring your boots. Lads, first day back, don't bring your boots. Bring your best trainers. Bring your most expensive Adidas trainers. You're not going to see a football. You're not going to need your boots. All you're going to be doing is run, run, run. Lift weights, lift weights, lift weights. Testing, testing, testing. Baseline testing, baseline testing, baseline testing. They do that. So yeah, how would you get yourself motivated? Imagine seeing that message. Don't bring your boots. I actually genuinely don't think there'll be any ball work today. But the boys are back. They're back running. They're on the grass. That's the good thing about it. So there we go. But yeah, I really doubt a football would have been out there today. I really doubt it. Like genuinely. So, but yeah, we are going to wrap this one up in a short space in a second. But yeah, just ready to recap again. Very quiet on the Western front of transfers, apart from Elanga. In fact, I'll get you the Fabrizio tweet now so you can see the Elanga news. And Ornstein's done it. Let's go to Ornstein. Let's give him a bit of airtime, old David. Here he is, Anthony Elanga. I want to know his wages. Anthony Elanga set to do medical inside 48 hours and signed a 5-year deal after Newcastle United signed agreement with Forest for 23-year-old. Winger moving from Newcastle Forest, 52 mil plus bonuses. Do you know what's mad out of all of that? Is I didn't realise Anthony Elanga is only 23 years old. The guy feels like he's been around forever. Honestly, if someone asked me how old do I think Elanga is, I would have said 26, 27. Don't know why. Just felt like he's been on the circuit forever. So Newcastle getting Elanga on a 5-year deal at 23 years old. Absolute stellar business. And not only what they've done is they've weakened Nottingham Forest, a competitor, and strengthened themselves. Fantastic business. So yeah, before we wrap up, I just wanted to show you that one. And again, I think Fab has done the here we go as well. Yeah, Fabrizio has basically done his exclusive. Some people really don't like Fabrizio. Who do you guys prefer in the chat? Do you prefer Ornstein or Fabrizio? Let me know. Who do you prefer, Ornstein or Fabrizio? Pardon? Well, no one knows David Ornstein. Ornstein's the guy. Yeah. This is interesting. I don't know how accurate this is. I've just seen a story about Chelsea, which could affect us. Chelsea must raise over 60 million. Chelsea must raise over 60 million in sales to ensure new signings can be registered in UEFA competitions after breaching rules. Well, that would be maybe the same with Villa, because we've been punished by UEFA as well. Chelsea must raise over 60 million in sales, which they'll do easily, to ensure new signings can be registered in UEFA competitions after breaching rules. Who we signing from Chelsea in chat? Who are we rating? To ensure new signings can be registered. So basically, Chelsea, if they want to register their new guns, Delap, João Pedro, they must make 60 million in sales. We'll take Robert Sanchez as a backup keeper for 10 quid. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that implements or affects Villa, because obviously we've been sanctioned by UEFA as well. So I do wonder how, when, why will that link into us? Interesting. And very interesting. But yeah, big up to each and every one of you. I know I say that a lot, but thank you for joining for the transfer show as always. As I said, still not much to report. It's one of those days as a content creator, you sort of wait in the day and you're hoping and I'm praying, I'm going, come on. There's going to be something coming through today. There's going to be something big that I can talk about tonight. There's going to be something I can make a video on at least. There's got to be something out there for me. There's got to be. And yeah, we're left with another dead rubber day. Ademola Lookman's about the strongest link we got. So it's one of them, chat. It's one of them. Pray for me. Just read the Fizz stuff. Love it. I love it. Big up Esri and Unai. Michael's fish. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens tomorrow with anticipation. The boys are back. We got some more fixtures. 9th and 10th of August. And let's be real, Lookman is a baller and a steal at 70k a week. Let's go get him. That's how I feel about it. So chat, thank you for your time this evening. As always, your help on this channel is massively appreciated. We are going to keep trying to push and grow the channel. And I can't do it without you guys. So thank you to those of you who lock in every stream without fail or try and turn up where you can. We really do appreciate it. And the only way you can do that and not miss it is by having your notification bell on, which is, again, absolutely massive to have the notification bell on. So there we go. But yeah, one last shout out. Old Purely. She is on the road to 300 subscribers. She's doing good. She's on 287. This is my daughter's YouTube account. This is my daughter's YouTube account. Please go subscribe if you haven't already. She's great. She makes great shorts, and Heidi and I are really pushing her. We're setting her a challenge to get to 1,000 subscribers. And she's doing her Ronaldo edits. And look, consistency. We're showing consistency. Look at her views. She's doing well. 2.1k, 1.2, 1.2, 1.7. She's starting to get consistent. And that's what we're encouraging of her. That's what we're encouraging of her. If you can't tell already, she loves Cristiano Ronaldo. Absolutely loves him. So do subscribe to Purely. It will make her day and mine as well. Subscribing to her, yeah. And if you do like little short edits, or if you're a big Cristiano Ronaldo fan, she does do other players. She's done Neymar, she's done Mbappe, she's even done Matoma. So yeah, we are driving her to getting that, to do an edit. So please do subscribe to our Purely. I'm gonna get. She's promised me that she was A, going to show me how to edit, and B, she was going to do some edits for me. But we're not getting there yet. We're on 284. Someone's just subscribed, so thank you, whoever that is as well. But yeah, we're trying to get her to that level. We're trying to, and if she does show me how to edit, that would be good because her edits are actually very good. So there we go. So yeah, do subscribe to Purely. That's enough chit chat from me tonight. I'm sure you're bored of me now. But yeah, no, appreciate it all. Not too much more to report. You lot in the chat have been legends. Make sure you drop a like on the way out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and get that notification bell on. It's the only thing I can ask. More important than anything else, because you never miss an upload of mine then. People, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy the rest of what the week brings. And I'll probably be touching base with you all tomorrow. Guys, take care. Have a good one. I'm out of here. Up the Purely. Ta